In this lesson, we're going to talk about how you can use HighGround to make cybersecurity sales in minutes, not hours, days, or even weeks, as it sometimes seems to take. See, I've spent many a night and weekend trying to put together security presentations, reports, complex emails, only for the client not to go ahead. And at the time when I was writing these things and not spending time with my family and so on, I knew deep down that client wasn't going to go ahead with it, but didn't really have any other option. And as any good, conscientious and hard-working MSP owner would want to do, you want to make sure that you cover the details. And oftentimes covering these details opens you up to more scrutiny and more questions than you otherwise need to have. So in HighGround, we've developed it to be much quicker, much faster, and to cut to the chase as fast as possible. Because as we know, customers would have perfect security if they didn't have to spend money on it. The reason that they don't have perfect security is because they can only justify spending so much money on that security, regardless of what it is that you say that they need. They are ultimately going to have to accept some of those risks. So let's jump into the app and have a look at how we do it in HighGround. So we're in the security packages module, and we can see their current security posture here on the right, and a list of our standard MSP packages that we have. So imagine this were bronze, silver, gold. And in my demo, I have them as basic, pro, and max. And these packages have been constructed already in the cell module, which we'll cover in a separate lesson. But as you can see at the moment, each of the packages have their own security shape, and they also have their own price. Now, these prices are calculated dynamically. Up here, we will enter the number of assets they have. So how many users and devices and mobile devices do they have? Even getting this information can take you time. We've built this neat feature for getting the assets, and if the client had an integration, we would be able to see the real users, the real devices, the real servers, and so on, to help us sense check that instead of trying to correlate that data from multiple data sources. When we enter those details and click on Save, the package is immediately priced based on those quantities. So now you can show the customer what each of these security packages are going to look like, but also how much they're going to cost. So the customer can make a decision and say, yes, I want to have the Cyber Shield Max, that looks good, that's everything that I want, but no way am I paying $1,500 per month. That's just going to be too expensive. And also, it's still not particularly strong, maybe in these particular areas, which means that's going to cost us even more money, which we know as an MSP, that's what's going to happen. So we're able to get to this in a matter of minutes, even if that. And we can show the customer what they currently have under device security, user security, how they protect their data, how they protect their network, how they protect their cloud environment, how we help with their compliance, and how we help their business to be more resilient. If they currently have that, it's highlighted in grey, and if they're going to get this as something new, which when they buy this package, we'll get this in blue. We can show the contrast view between the current posture and the posture of this package. We can merge them to show what they would look like together, and also give the numerical deviation from their current posture versus what we predict it would be with this package in hand. We provide a complete financial breakdown so you can see how that price is derived. We can add contributions, so if the customer already spends money on something, we can say, well, it's not going to be quite that much because you won't need to continue buying this particular product, and we can add that in as a contribution. We can add a discount as well. So if the customer says, knock 50 quid off it and you've got a deal, we can do that right here. We can also have a look at the profitability of this package. So if we click on extended details, this is going to show us down here our costs and the sell prices, and down on our margin table we can see exactly how much margin by amount and by percentage that we will make on a monthly, quarterly and annual basis. Then all the extraneous details like the features and all the things that your client quite frankly doesn't care about very much are all listed here. All the tools that you will use, and how this package aligns to the NIST cybersecurity framework as statements of work. So we will perform these things, we will do these things. These are the things that you will get when you buy this package. Now, this is the sort of stuff that you're likely spending hours, days trying to put together in a way that it's very text heavy and that your customer likely reads the cover page and flips to the back for the price and then makes a quick decision about, they don't want to spend that amount of money because they don't understand the value and it's not very visual. So if we go back to the app here, you can export all of this in a single report, write a quick cover note here using our little AI prompter. You can decide what you want to include. So you may decide that you don't want the financial breakdown, you can turn that off. You don't want the features or the components or even the NIST alignment. You can turn all of these things off and condense it into a single report like this. Include even the price if you want to have the price with or without tax, and print this and send it to the client. I'm sure you'll agree that that will save anybody hours of time and help make the decision for your customer a lot easier. And more importantly, when you speak to your client, oftentimes they will have to seek approval within the business for your security presentation or your security packages to be accepted. And often what happens in that process is that some of the things that you've said to whoever you're dealing with ends up getting mixed up and confused with other information. By being able to export all of this into a very visual way, you give everybody at that board meeting or that senior management meeting the same frame of reference, the same visualization, and the same detail, allowing you to control the narrative and ensure that your packages don't get misinterpreted when they go for approval within your client's business.